between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
Hello, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday, where I am going to be playing some more Oxygen Not Included and trying not to murder all the residents of my little, I'll call it a base. So this is the same situation that we left it in last week. This line of insulation was a temporary measure to keep whatever is, well, to keep this vent from overheating my plants to the point of not growing, while I built this tier here, which I'm not actually going to plant anything in yet, but I want to have ready to go when I am going to be planting. So, that is the first thing that is going to be happening around here. And we are taking care of situations here. We have been moving a pool of water that was directly above our base over into the water tank that I constructed, so that I can use this space to build a coal generator, because right now we are still relying on hamster wheel power, which just is not enough. It's not keeping the batteries full. Oh, and we have and it's daylight no less. Okay, so we do have duplicate skill points, but I don't have any place good to spend on Devon here, as I'd like to give him the second level of plumbing. Him? I'd like to give them the second level of plumbing, but it would stress him out too much. So I'm just waiting until he builds up they build up more morale, and then I'll get at it. Steve, on the other hand, can definitely learn tidying without getting too stressed out, so let's do that. Improved strength is always a good thing in this game. And let's see. Turner is doing extremely well. Unfortunately, if I teach him ranching, which I'd like to do, he's gonna get too stressed. But I can... You know what, I'm going to let him sit on that for a bit, and hopefully I can get another chunk of morale and teach him ranching, because that would be most useful right now. So we'll leave those 2 skill points to sit. And what do we have here? As I don't really think my colony can support another little duplicant right now. So, and these, except for the May here with the diver's lungs, these are not the greatest dupes anyway. Although it's nice that the May has so many interests. But sure, let's take the oxyfern seed. That'll be useful at a point. Yeah, and there we go. Learned a new skill. Go you. Yes, I should probably choose a new research. I'd been leaving it sit so that I would have the extra pair of hands to work, but there's still quite a few things to learn. It's just a question of what is the most useful right now. Yes, I could learn ranching, but without a rancher, that's not so useful right now. Could go for the metal refinery. Let's see, an ore scrubber or a desalinator. I don't think I need the desalinator quite yet, although I will probably come across salt water in the future. Let's see. The computer stuff I will not need for some time. I mean, I'd like to work my way over to getting the monument parts, although it's going to be a long time before I get my hands on the materials for that. It's so hard to decide at this point. Like, I've gotten most of the things that I would consider most important to get at quickly. But there's still so many things that can be useful that I don't have yet. Choices, decisions. Well, I do have a steam vent pretty close to my base, so maybe figuring out how to make the steam turbine would be most useful soonest. So I'll just have them start working on that. Didn't notice I'd left that open. Shame on me. Okay. And also, right at the end of the stream last week, I remember I found a little corner of a secret way down here. So I'd like to start working towards that, which I am, kind of, if continuing my algae mining, which is what this operation is doing. So, what I'm going to do is just extend... Whoops! That's what I get for looking away while I'm building. Just build the ladder down to here. And that should make it so that I can see what's going on here and which side the door is on and that sort of fun stuff. And while I'm over here, that's clay. That is slime. That is algae. Slime, slime, slime. Slime and algae are a thing that I am very specifically going after right now, so I'm just... And you know, I'm just gonna take out that line there and there. Yes, there we go. And that should... oh, that's also slime. Actually, cancel this row, and that way they can still walk over there to get this gigantic deposit of the good green stuff. I'm going to admit I'm not 100% sure they can reach all of that, but we'll find out what happens. Actually. Cancel this lot. And that way they can dig out that stuff without making everything all inaccessible. There we go. And as at some point I'm going to have to get myself to this steam vent, because despite being incredibly hot, it's also a constantly renewing source of water. And water is like second most important to me besides slime. Oh, excellent. They got all that insulation cleared out while I was figuring out my dig spots. I mean, I consider myself lucky with how much metal I have so close to my base like this. Too deep. I don't really want to mix it with that polluted water. How can I spread it out further? see what happens if I just take out just those 2 squares. Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, and I'm just, because I'm planning on putting the power generation up here, I'm just making sure that I'm insulating everything along the top here so that the heat generated by the power generation won't cause me too much trouble. Yes. It is good to see this water going, because I really need this area. So I would like to set up ranching because I'd like to catch the hatch that are all over this place and set them up in a nice enclosed space where they can produce lots and lots of coal for me without my having to mine it. But don't really have anyone to teach ranching to at the moment, so that will have to wait, alas. Yes. We are getting into a not too terrible situation as far as So what we will do here is we'll just cancel that lot so that they can, yeah, there we go. That will get them able to reach that setup there. Yes, they're good, quick kids here. It's hard to think of them as adults because they're just so tiny and their heads are so big. Admittedly, putting children through this feels a bit bad. But yes, we're doing pretty well. The farm situation is looking great, frankly. Well, I may as well put in the lights. Nothing says I have to actually connect them, but, you know, why not build them while I have the time? Keeps people busy in any case. Admittedly, this whole get the oxygen producing materials yes, I think... I need more of a carbon dioxide sink. That's what I need. Let's see, is this shallow enough to... Nope, still too deep. So... down another layer, I guess. Somehow I am going to get this clean water back that I accidentally spilled while I was building my tank. Somehow, some way. But yes, I need to build more of a carbon dioxide sink for this area. This is getting pretty bad here, actually. Well, there is more slime and algae and stuff straight down from there, so... let's just build a nice ladder to currently nowhere. Actually, if I run that all the way through to the floor, I can collect stuff from down there. That's even a better idea. But yes. Oh, and I was saying that I hadn't really found salt water, and there it is, right next door to me. I just hadn't paid attention because it wasn't dirt. Ah, this water is getting pretty shallow. These two plants are just too warm to grow, and I feel bad about that, but there's not really anything that I can do. I mean, I am working my way down towards an ice biome, so I could reasonably build an air conditioner, but everything in this room, except for those ones on the end, are a pretty good temperature. So I'm really not sure. I wonder if I have seeds for anything that will grow in a warmer spot. And these are sitting at 29. What do I have in the way of seeds? Nothing really useful, alas. Oh, is that seed still sitting out? And dig up that spot, whatever it is. So, yes. Mop it. Mop it liquid. In fact, just cancel this for the time being. Yes, there we go. Oh, research complete already. Excellent. Okay, so the next thing to research... I still don't have anybody who can do it, but I really... Once I do, I really want to get on those hatch. So we're going to research ranching despite the fact that it doesn't make a lot of sense right now. And this water is getting nice and low. Oh boy, and it's getting pretty high in here. Oh, this could be a problem. I don't really want to move all that stuff in the middle of the tank that I constructed, so probably the best thing to do would be to expand the tank. So the best way to do that without losing water, let's see. Okay. This looks a little mad, but there's method in it. And what we're going to do is set the priority on this a little higher. Because that water's getting higher. That water's getting pretty high. This is progressing well. I am very curious about what all is in here. It doesn't appear to be a big room, but it's definitely a room. Okay, what have we got here? Let's see. Turner has some very high morale going on, so he is definitely learning ranching. Congratulations, Turner. And Hassan, I am going to have to make stressed because I really need that super hard digging. I am so sorry, Hassan. And Devon is still equalized and will be fine that way. And what do we have to choose from here? Well, I'm still pretty sure that I can't support another duplicant yet, so I guess I will go for the rust because it can be useful. As if I need oxygen, I can build a machine that makes oxygen from rust. I don't really know of any other uses for rust, unfortunately. Well, the water hasn't quite gotten to the point where everything's going to be overflowing, but... Oh, and I forgot to change Hassan's hat. One moment here. Hassan, you are going to wear the super hard digging hat because that will make you better at doing what you're doing. Oh, I love how happy they are to put on their hats. Actually, come to think of it, yeah, I actually made a small mistake here. We want the ladder going up the wall. Oops, that is not a ladder. That is not a ladder. That is not a wall at all. Insulated tile, not a ladder. There we go. Yeah, and we still have the ladder at 7, so we're good. We're good on that front. What we actually want to do is hollow this out from the bottom up. Well, we don't actually want to hollow it out until we've built that wall. Yes. Work quickly, little duplicates. Yeah, we're not generating enough oxygen because we don't have enough power. But we've nearly got the area that I had. Once we've finished expanding the water tank, I'm going to start clearing out stuff around this area. As we can build the coal generator over here. And a battery bank over here. Because they won't need to go to the battery bank very often, it can be further away and more inaccessible. Yeah, we're just going to spread out the water a bit more. Speaking of which, let's spread out this amount of water that's left and see if it's moppable as well. Clean water is quite precious, so... Okay. Progress is being made. I do want to get down to that secret, but there are so many other things that need to be done to make things habitable first. I hate being patient. In any case, we've expanded this way a little bit so we can see a little more of what's this way. What all is over here? Granite, yeah, more copper. Igneous rock, granite, more algae. A little bit of coal here and there. Ah, excellent. The research is complete, and just to get this water tank expanded, I'm not going to start another one quite yet. But I should probably think about where to put my ranch. I don't want to go too far this way because it is hot over here. Oh, and there's another secret right over there. Interesting. That's even closer than the other one. Still not going to be getting to that right away. I think that possibly down here, next to the water tank, might actually be the best place to put a ranch in. You know what? I see a mushroom there that I am going to set to have harvested. Because mushrooms are good eating, and I might as well while it's there. See, what we do is we get this ladder built. And the walls in. And we mark these as 7s. And actually, you know what? We are going to mark the bottom part as 8, just to get that done. And once we have all this built and insulated, we can break down this middle wall and let the water through. And then clear the rest at our leisure, without wasting even a drop of water. Which is why I'm not having them dig out this section yet. I want them to concentrate on building those walls. Oh, look at that. We are so close to being out of water in that upper area. That is excellent. Is that my little cat pet thing? Has it escaped? It has escaped. Alas. Well, it wasn't as if I was actually keeping it as a pet, so... It planted a mealwood. Interesting. I didn't know they would do that. I hope it's not in the tank when I let the water in. I'd hate to drown it. But yes. I'm just setting this up, but I'm going to set it as a super low priority because I don't actually want to build anything yet. I just want to lay things out in my mind. Yes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this space here, but I think that this area will make an excellent ranch once we lose some carbon, some carbon dioxide. Admittedly, they are going to have to go through the area that I have designated as the filthy water. But if I put a wall in here, that is going to make the ranch a bit narrower than I wanted, though. Oops. See, if I build that, and actually cancel that, and put another door on the other end. And that would be a good start on the ranch area. And lots of room for hatch in there. And I can just make that my coal generation area. I'm just going to have to be selective with how I clear this out, just to make sure that they can reach everything, because if I clear out this floor area, they won't be able to reach this top bit, so I'll need to clear that out first. In the meantime, how is this going? Oh, good, excellent. This is nearly complete walls. Okay, that is perfect right now. So what we're going to do is deconstruct these three bottom ones. And we will set up a dig command on all of this stuff. And we'll just nudge the priority up here. They already tend to prioritize deconstruction tasks, but the water is getting mighty high in here. I'm just leaving in these two little things of dirt up here to make things easier. As until they get these two out, they can't actually get over here without those two blocks, so... So, yes. Excellent, excellent. Yes, there should be a way to use this steam vent for power generation when it's on. I'll have to figure out a way to pump the water out of this and into my tank. There we go. Deconstruct all of that, guys. Just clear that out. Okay, yes, this is spreading out this water nicely. When did that happen? Let's see. Devin has 2 skill points, but he's still perfectly balanced between his morale and his need. Ellie, though, Ellie could learn so many things. What does she want to learn? Well, I don't think I have anyone who's learned medicine, do I? No, I do not. So let's have Ellie learn some medicining. Just so that we have somebody available. Which reminds me, before it becomes a problem, I should probably set aside a nice space. Oh, yes. Oh, dear. I don't want any of these. I guess I'm just gonna have to reject this lot. That is unfortunate. Okay, so water is nearly taken care of here. Water is still too deep here, but hopefully we'll be able to do something about that. I don't want to build the ceiling on this room until the eggs hatch, because I don't want to overwrite the eggs or anything. Come to think of it, where did all the hatch go? Oh no, did I take too long to set up ranching and now there aren't any hatch around? That would be very bad. Admittedly, that's 2 hatch eggs right there, so that's... Oh, I hope my coal supply is not in jeopardy now. Okay, well, I guess what we will do is... we will quickly make this part. Yes. We'll construct this edge. And we will build our immediate ranching needs right in here. Just put the critter drop off right here. And we'll put a feeder right here. And I don't have a grooming station yet because I did not research one. But, well, I don't have a research running, so I can get to that quickly. Wait a minute, there should have been a grooming station. Where is it? Is it perhaps in the station? Ah, yes, there it is. Grooming station. Actually, come to think of it, I'm just gonna I'm going to put the grooming station a little further away from the feeding station. Must be in a room. This does not count as a room because it doesn't have enough walls. Oh dear. Okay, well a feeding station and a drop-off station is all that we really need. And if we can just get those built by the time those eggs hatch. What I'm going to do here is build mesh tiles across and just bring this ladder down to the level of the tiles. Ah, excellent. We have run out of water in this particular area. That is perfect. So we'll mop the little poodles that are left. And yeah, we're actually going to deconstruct because quite honestly we don't need that stuff anymore. Let's see, what level is that pipe on? Yeah, I'm going to deconstruct all of this. But I'm going to leave that one because it's pretty close to being the right level. No, actually, we're gonna deconstruct that further. We're gonna deconstruct it down to there because that goes pretty much straight across to there, so that's more useful that way. Okay. And where's my power? There's my power. I don't actually think that I want the low-level wire through here, so we're going to deconstruct as well. But I think where it enters the building here is fine. So we're just going to leave that like that and deconstruct all of this so that we have room to build. Come to think of it, did I have a hatching station around here anywhere? Or is that something that has to be researched? No, that's something that needs further research. It also needs power, so... And we are going to put an oxygen diffuser in here, I think. Okay. Yes. Oh, there's some hatch. There they are. Oh, thank goodness I hadn't lost all my opportunities. Yeah, this is a good water level for now, I think. I'd actually like a bit more dirty water. If I have a bit more, I can start processing it. But yes, what we're going to do is just gently dig down. You know what? I am actually going to make building these a higher priority, because that way I can capture those hatch. Admittedly, I can't actually contain them just yet, but I'm working on it. We're just going to set this up so that I drop hatch into this particular room. And let's see, raw mineral, what do I have the most of? Hatch eats mineral, and then they produce coal, which is very handy, and I really hope I don't accidentally destroy that egg. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, and this will feed hatch, but it's only going to feed them they don't eat granite. Interesting. Well, we're only going to feed them, for the time being, sedimentary rock, because I'm not using that for anything. And we are also going to feed hatchlings sedimentary rock. Oh, come on. And yeah, I'm just going to make sure that I've got every possible kind of hatch going on here. Oh, interesting. Well, Sage Hatch are only getting... Dang, I need both of those, but I guess we'll just feed them slime. And the same for Sage Hatchlings, if I happen to turn them up. Actually, you know what? I'm only going to worry about the other kinds of hatch if I actually get any. That is what I'm going to worry about. Now, where did those hatch get to? Okay, and we are just going to... There we go. So yeah, what we're going to do is just create the room around these guys. And we are going to wrangle any hatch we see moving. Because it's midair, I can't click on it. There we go. Wrangle those two. Just to make sure they don't disappear on me. Ah, and you know, for priorities, we're going to take Turner and we are going to make ranching a priority for him, as well as farming. Okay. I did not expect to suddenly put together a ranch sooner than figuring out my power situation, but this is the sort of thing that happens. And we want to build insulated tile there. Actually, what we're going to do is make those actually airflow tiles, so that hopefully when I start pumping oxygen in here, the carbon dioxide will go down into this area that I made for going down into. I'd just like to get this Steve, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there, Steve? Where did those hatch go? Oh man, are they underneath? Oh goodness. Okay, what do we got going on here? Skills. Okay. Steve. Oh, well, Steve needs more morale before he can learn the next level of plumbing, alas. Okay, well, we're apparently leaving the duplicants alone. What do we got going on blueprint-wise? Jumping Joya? Okay, I'm just going to close that for a moment, and we are going to look up Jumping Joya in the encyclopedia. Plants. Jumping Joya. A decorative plant. Well, that's nice, but that's nothing that I can do anything with anytime soon, so it would just be a waste of my storage space, which is starting to run out again. So, another storage bin for the storage area. And, I guess I'm just going to reject this lot as well. It would be nice to have another pair of hands to do work, but speaking of which, I should probably set up another research. Let's see. What do we need sooner? What do we have here? Hand sanitizer and sick bay? Ah, that's right, I still haven't built a hospital. Do need to get around to that. Let's see. Where is anything useful for the near future? Sensors, gas pipes, oxalate refinery, soda fountain. Can be retrieved from space missions, which I am not going to be running anytime soon. Well, we might as well, Decisions are hard when it's here. Like there's the stuff to get quickly, certainly, which is, you know, I try to get to them as fast as I can, but then it's hard to say what would be next most useful. Like these miniature pumps are lovely, but you need plastic to make them, and I have not found any oil. I'm not even entirely certain I can process oil if I found it. Well, I did find salt water, so why don't we work our way through the liquid area here? And that way we can desalinate any salt water if we find a particularly large deposit of it over on the right there. I really want to know where those two hatch got to. So let's nudge up this stuff. I'm hoping that they just ended up under the, like, buried under the floor, because they do go into the dirt when there's dirt. Ah. Or they could just be glitched. That is also a possibility. That they're glitched. Oh dear. Burrowed and unreachable because there's no actual dirt. Oh dear. Ah, research complete already. Electrolyzer and rust deoxidizer. The rust deoxidizer is the machine that I mentioned earlier, which is the one that can turn rust into oxygen. It's not great. Because I don't really know of a fast source of rust, to be honest. So it's a machine that's only useful for a certain amount of time. Well, I don't see those hatch piles anymore, so maybe that problem has solved itself? There is a sage hatch over here. What does the machine say sage hatch eat? Okay, I'm automatically feeding stone hatch and stone hatchlings just by having sedimentary rock in that thing. But what do sage hatch eat? Don't really want to give up those materials, even if it is for coal. So I guess that sage hatch is safe from me, for the time being at least. How did that cat get in there? Oh, that's how. Oh. I can't really build the can hear the hatch, but I can't see them. Where the heck are they? We'll get this insulated tile all nicely built in here. And then it'll be an actual room that I can build a grooming station in, and it will be a full-fledged ranch. Although the air is a bit of a problem in there right now. Let me guess, that's too deep to mop. Yep. Okay. Dig out those 2 squares, just those 2. The water will be mine. Excellent. This is going well. Granite. When did I start building insulated tile out of granite? Oh well, I have a lot of granite, so it's not that's not really a problem. Okay, this is actually an enclosed room now, which means that I can build that grooming station I wanted. Which we're just gonna put... But actually, let's put that over here. Let's see, that doesn't need any power, right? No, it does not. That is excellent. That's perfect. Okay, the hatcher problem, I seem to have accidentally glitched them. Okay, and they got that box built, which is great. I'll assign that when these other 2 are closer to full. And we'll just... carefully avoiding the eggs currently. We'll mark all that debris for storage in there. And there. Okay, so where is the current work? Oh, did I forget to deconstruct those pipes? I did. There we go. That's just a quick little shorthand way that I found to deconstruct just one particular thing. But yes, now that we have that, let's start clearing out. I'm just going to bring us straight down to the insulation through this area. like everything else, it needs to be done a bit at a time so that dupes don't get trapped. And just to be efficient, what we'll do is we'll build a ladder down there and then work out to either side from that. I've still got too much open space going on in this base, though. I'm losing a lot of oxygen upwards is the problem. So, you know what I will do is... Yes, I will deconstruct just that square in that ladder, and I will build an airlock across there, which will make things a little slow and annoying, but should keep more of my oxygen, precious oxygen, where my dupes are, so that I'm not spreading it all over the hollow inside of this asteroid. There we go. Well, you know what? I am going to deconstruct this bit here. There we go. And I can build a ladder through here. Because I've just realized that this little bit of wall here... Okay, I will clear to the right while I think about how to deal with the fact that this is too tall for dupes. Go. Okay, we have some progress. I wish I knew what happened to those two hatch, although I think that's one of them there. It is. Okay, I want that one wrangled soonest. Where did the other one get to? It's the sage hatch. That's a regular hatch. But there were two of the regular hatch. Where did the other one get to? Please tell me this is shallow enough to mop now. Darn it! maybe I'll get lucky and that will finally be wide enough. Okay. Outside of stable. What makes a place a stable? Okay, this... You can use the room overlay to find out grooming station, minimum size 12, maximum size 96. So am I over the maximum somehow? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Bleh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh boy, that is gonna be well over 96, I'm pretty sure. I'm terrible at math, so now I have to find my calculator. Okay. 5 times 21 equals 105. We are just over. We are just a tiny bit too big. Okay, so back to the room overlay. And we want 96, so 105 plus 1, 2, 3. And minus 96 equals 12. I need to reduce this by 12 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually, I can fix this fairly easily. So if I put a door there, and an airflow tile, and insulated tile, and we put a fresh critter drop-off like here. Then that should reduce the room to the appropriate size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. And 18 times 5, please do not mock my math skills, is exactly 90, so we'll be 2 tiles under. That will be the... That'll do. See, the thing thing is, I can capture and capture and capture these hatch, but I can't tame them unless they get processed through the grooming station. So, once again, we're going to turn up the priority. And we're actually going to deconstruct this sucker. I'm not actually 100% sure that the dupes can reach that high, but what we're going to do as well is I'm still not sure what I'm going to use this chamber for, but let's make it a proper chamber so that we can share the oxygenated wealth. Okay, it's not marked as an unreachable build. Oh, yes it is. Darn it. Well, once that critter thing is deconstructed, I'll just build a little temporary ladder. Speaking of which, let's deconstruct the rest of that. Perhaps I will just turn this into a little hatching chamber. Once I have that researched, anyway. Speaking of which, I've been paying so much attention to that other stuff, I haven't been paying attention to my research. Excellent. Now we can build the ore scrubber and the desalinator. And I just mentioned the hatcher. Let's do the there it is, the incubator. Let's just research that. What else have we got going on? Skills. Devin is still perfectly equal in all things, so he's just gonna stay the same. Steve, I'm going to leave as is because he has more need than he has morale right now. And Ellie is looking so good. Look how good you look, Ellie. You're going to learn more doctoring is what you're going to learn. Because it's handy to have someone around who knows that. And we have blueprints. Oh, bristleberry seeds. Sure, they take a lot of water, but if I find more, let's just print that out. And I am just going to have to take a moment, so I'm going to pause this. And I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Now let's get back to doing none of the things that I planned to do. Okay, and while I wasn't looking, they deconstructed that one thing, so let's just build a ladder temporarily so that they can reach up and enclose that room properly. And deconstruct that. Okay, I set all that to 5. Yes, I set that all to 5. Excellent. And they dug out that section, so I'll dig out that little bit. But it does look like my plan to send things downwards with the airflow tiles is working, so that is excellent. And this hatch is nicely contained. I'm just gonna make this a 6. Just in case I manage to find that other hatch wherever it's gotten to. Oh, I deconstructed the wires. That was a mistake. Okay. Deconstruct that ridiculous little thing, and we will run, where is it? We'll run wire. Oh, no, that's awful. That's awful. Cancel that bit. And run wire through the floor. Also, deconstruct that because we do not need it. Yeah. This room is lovely and oxygenated. And I wonder if it is just big enough to build a hospital. Let's see. If I actually turn that into a room, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4. And a hospital. Okay. It would be big enough to be a hospital, so can I get all the things in there that I need to? Let's see. For a hospital, you need medical equipment, toilet, mess table. Okay, so one would need a triage cot. Table and an outhouse and no room for a sink. Oh dear. So that is not a good space, because I would definitely want... You don't really want to build toilets without sinks. So that room, I will come up with some use for that room, but I don't know what it is yet. This area I'm going to use as my hatching area, I think. So that begs the question of where is a good place to build a hospital room. And I think I'm going to have to figure out some place to set aside for a storage area as well. Which possibly, since I'm going downwards anyway, down here might work. But also we have the plans for... Okay. I am going to dig out this section. So... I think what I'm going to do is to build a floor. Whoops! See, the main thing about coal generators is that they generate carbon dioxide. So, as far as I know, there's only two halfway decent things to do with carbon dioxide. One of it is to just clean it out. Let's see. I wanted to set this for hatch. Where are the hatch? There they are. Hatch. And wrangle that there hatch. Oh, I hear another one. Where is it? But you can use carbon dioxide to grow mushrooms, which is excellent. They're a very good source of calories. Or what you can do is you can build a carbon skimmer and just clean it all out. And my plan is to build a carbon skimmer. So, we have this floor here, and we will build a coal generator on top of it. For the carbon, we're going to put a manual airlock on there. This appears to be madness, but I swear there's method in it. And we're actually going to build our bank of batteries over here. but we're actually going to set it up so that we're going over the coal generator to get to the batteries. And then we'll build our battery bank over here. So, yes. And this does end up looking rather odd. But it's just working with what I have constructed. But yeah, we're going to have them dig out just these 2 squares here, just to take care of those plants so that I can build out the floor 1 more square. And it should be I could have sworn that the carbon skimmer would have been in there, but maybe it's an oxygen. Yes, it's an oxygen. Okay, so we're going to build a carbon skimmer here. Now the thing with the carbon skimmer is that it needs water, unfortunately. Because I'm going to need to do... You put clean water into it and dirty water comes out of it, so I'm hoping that what I can do is build a nice loop with the filthy water that we have in here. So, somewhere in here we have a water sieve. Yes. Which takes up so much space. But we have a spot right here. Things are going to get awkward. Things are going to get quite awkward because of just the way that the pipes all are. And what we do is we build a pump here. And we run a pipe from that pump into there. And then we figure out a way to because this is the fun part, really. We want to run this green into this white. So and we want to run this white into that green. So I believe that even though it's the opposite way around from where the carbon skimmer is built, we're going to go down. that way. And this one will go up. See, that's a problem. I don't want to connect those. Which means, actually, what I will do is deconstruct this lot. And then, in a very ugly way, I can run... Okay, let's see, that's the white that needs to run into the green. So this pipe will run up this ladder. Okay, cancel the deconstruct on that bit, but the rest goes. Okay, there's that. That takes care of that. Then there is the power. There's no point in using the thin wire that runs through walls and ceilings if you're not going to actually run them through walls and ceilings. There. Okay. You know what, I may regret doing this, but I'm just going to deconstruct that wire. And then over here, once everything is taken care of, we can start constructing a nice little battery bank in this area. Well, a nice huge battery bank in this area, frankly. But for the time being, this is more than enough construction to be running this, and hopefully there is enough polluted water here to keep the carbon skimmer running when I run it. The idea will be to connect the carbon skimmer to the battery bank and put a switch on it so that I can turn it on and off myself without having to send a duplicate to do it. Okay, look at them go. That's so much construction work. And we have a ranch. Which means that I no longer need this ladder. And while I was setting all that up, we learned critter technology. So what do we want to research next? Let's see. I just taught Ellie bedside manners, so let's actually learn how to build a sick bay, despite the fact that I still haven't set up a hospital. Oh man, what is this ridiculousness here? Deconstruct that. And clean up the entirety of this mess. Oh my goodness. Well, that's an egg, so leave that alone. But what a mess. Clean up this mess. And actually deprioritize that for the time being, because they can't actually reach that properly. Not until I dig out all this dirt, which I can't do until I get this floor built here. But yes, I really need a good place to build. I think I'm probably going to relieve the research on its own little circuit here. But once I get the coal generator built, I'm going to deconstruct this particular hamster wheel. And then perhaps I will just build a hospital here underneath the dorms. Okay, excellent. Oh, and my bins are full, so we want to put all in here, except for, yes, in the organic we do not want polluted dirt, rot pile, or slime. Rot pile? Oh dear. Also, what is this new industrial ingredient thing? Oh, reed fiber. Oh, we must have gotten some then. Well, we'll let the new box take care of that. But yes, also... the usual problem. No place for the carbon dioxide to go. Which means that down here might actually be a good place to grow some mushrooms. How many mushrooms can I plant? Four, apparently. I could have sworn it said I had 6. Ah, well. mushrooms like carbon dioxide, so if this area is going to pool carbon dioxide, I'm just going to use it to grow mushrooms. Oh my goodness, and the research is already completed. Excellent. I still don't have a place to put a hospital, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Thankfully, we have not needed one yet. We will. As we explore further the environment is going to get pretty bad for us. So I will take a little time to make a baby step towards the knowing how to build a monument and research a little artistic expression. The nice thing about the corner molding and the crown molding is that it can give you a decor bonus, but you don't actually need a decor person to build it, unlike many of the other decor items, like the ice block and the sculpting block do give you a nice decor bonus, but you need a duplicant who knows how to decorate in order to do anything with them, which makes them a little, well, it's kind of a luxury. So, we will get started on that. And then after that, perhaps we will look into some more of the plumbing stuff. Or possibly smelting. Smelting and superheated forging are things that well, you need them to make steel. And many advanced machines, you need iron or steel to make them. But it's one of those not terribly important sort of things. Since I don't really have access to the kind of materials yet. I mean, I would love to work my way towards the secret, but power continues to be an issue, and I would like to stop having my batteries scattered all over the base. But until I get this power chamber built, I'm not really going to start on the batteries issue. Ah, new printables. Okay, let's see. Has anyone who can actually learn something gotten a skill? Well, Devon has a free morale point, but it's not quite enough to learn the next level of plumbing, alas. So I guess he gets to continue remaining the same. Let's see here. This poor guy, he's so stressed. I'd like to get to the super duper hard digging, but I think maybe I would give him the morale bonus. And besides, tidying is also useful. So let's give him some tidying. Steve is looking great, but still needs one more morale point before I can have him learn that plumbing. They only get one morale point for learning what they want to learn, so I need one more surplus for this. And Turner is so beautifully balanced right now. So I'm just going to leave Turner be for the time being as well. Alas. Okay. Blueprint. The duplicants we're leaving be for the time being. Those are both good seeds. You need balm lilies in order to make medicine. Admittedly, they only want to grow, I believe, in chlorine, which makes sense with the whole being very useful for medicine things. Well, thankfully, seeds don't rot or anything, so I'm going to take the balm lily seed and hope that I can figure out a hydrogen farming situation in the future. I won't need much, but though I'm doing my best to try to keep disease and stuff from being a problem around here, well, polluted oxygen is sadly eternal. No matter how many deodorizers I build, polluted oxygen just keeps happening. Okay, so I have 2 hatch in here. I still count as wild, alas. But still, things are happening. They require fertilization. Oh. I guess I don't have fertilizer. That would have been something to check before doing that. Let's see here. Agriculture. I have fertilizer, so it's just that somebody hasn't delivered it yet. Okay. That's fine, we're fine. We have a farmer who is also a rancher, we're fine. Admittedly spending most of his time constructing. I did make building a high priority for him. I will make it neutral. I will make it neutral because he's the only one who can deliver fertilizer, and he's also the only one who can currently groom our hatch so that they become nice and tame. Oh yes. And what we want to do is build a storage bin right here. And that is actually specifically for coal. So, we take this, we go to consumable ore and we say put coal in there, and then for the very time consuming part, we go into consumable ore and we take coal out of this box. And we take coal out of this one. And there is a way of doing this, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head because, well, I just don't remember. So we're just going to do it manually for all these boxes, is dump out all of the coal that's being put in there. So that it gets put in the other box. There we go. So now we've made a terrible mess. But we'll get that cleaned up in time. Ah! And we have the decor items. That is excellent. So, more research. More research! So... really not going to need these anytime soon, but let's just get with the smelting and the superheated forging while we've got nice full batteries on this stuff. And water levels are not half bad. Is this then enough to mop? It is not. This is getting ridiculous. And you know what? I am going to leave a hallway in order to get over to that water and build yes, the battery banks will go up here. Now let's see. You know what? What I'm going to do is build the batteries one over, because that way I have room for a ladder. I'm going to start. I will make rows of 4. Yep, there we go. Now with the current base needs, I don't think I'm going to need more than just that row of 4 batteries. But the idea is to have expansion space, which is why I'm leaving the space for the ladder to go up. But also why what I'm going to do, where is it? Ah, here we go. Heavy watt joint plate. And we are going to turn that. And we're going to put it right there. And that will give me room to make another tier upwards of batteries. So then, let's see here. We want one of these. Which we are hilariously going to build down here. Which means I actually want to, yes, I want another one of those heavy watt joint plates right here. What do you mean I can't put it there? Power, oh, that's, oh, I see. Makes sense if I think about it for 2 seconds. And see, what happens here is that this regulates the massive amount of power running from the batteries and the coal generator here, and makes it so that it's lower wattage, so it doesn't melt the thinner wires down below. And yeah, the big side goes in there, the little side goes in here, conveniently. Pardon me, sudden dry spot from all the talking. And we run a heavy watt from there to there. And, yes. Yes. We also want to cancel right here. But not while we're in the power thing. We want to cancel right here so that we can run a heavy watt plate through there. Oh dear. That is not what I... Okay, think. Okay, we cancel this one. And we cancel this one. Yes, okay. And then we run a heavy watt plate here. and a heavy watt plate here. And then we run heavy watt wire from here to here, and here to here, and here to here. And we put in an insulated tile here. And that means that we can run regular wire through here. Come up here, go in here with a switch on it so that I can turn it on and off. There we go. And just for the time being, I have made myself space for more batteries, but I'm not actually putting in more batteries, so I'm just going to enclose this for now. And there we go. And hopefully we'll start taking care of our power situation. And we still have a slightly awkward access corridor to get our butts over here. And add all this lovely fresh water. Although that is a future project's future project. And we'll go back to setting that to priority 5 because it's ridiculous, so. But I'm going to actually nudge this bit of floor because I can't really dig this place out until they can get back and forth here. So we just get that bit of tile built, and then we can start digging out all this dirt in here because they'll have access. There we go. Now we can dig out this whole area. Because they can jump gaps of 1, but they can't jump gaps of 2. Okay, excellent. We have a baby hatch. And the 2 adult hatch that we have have a little thing on their legs now, which means that they are tame hatch. Which honestly is perfect for my purposes. Oh, look how beautifully this is all coming together. I honestly don't know what to do about that sage hatch. I don't want to feed it, but excellent. We can now build the metal refinery and metal tile, you know, when we get around to it. Okay, excellent. Excellent. We're getting on the construction and everything. Having to go up and over the generator room is going to be a bit of an annoyance, but so yes, excellent. Things are progressing. We're looking good. Our water situation is still good, so I still have time to work my way over to that bin. This is going suspiciously well, and I'm getting worried. I need to figure out a nice thing to do with this area. But yes, there's so much water over here. I really should find a way to use it. Or at least a way to get at it. But I will worry about that once I've dealt with some power things, and so I won't always have to have somebody running, or two somebodies running on the hamster wheels. Oh, the extra hands that I'll have when they're not using their feet. But yes, our situation is looking pretty good. Actually, I should probably... let's fold up some things here. I am back to having 0 algae. Oh dear. It's just, let's see, clay, gold amalgam. Okay, you know what? Finish this floor so that you can get at all this algae and slime over here. Otherwise, we're going to start having air issues again. She said, as if we aren't already having warnings about insufficient oxygen generation. There we go. There we go. Now we have some algae and some slime and the good stuff. Because hilariously, there's really no reason to keep that floor once we've gotten that deposit. But I just want to make sure that we get the good stuff. It's the middle of the night, so I'm not going to check for printables yet. What's this? Oh yes, it's the bomb lily seed, because nobody has picked it up. Do I have anyone who is prioritizing storing? I do. Let's turn that up. And you know, we'll let Steve do it too, because we have priorities, we do. Okay, it's daylight now, so let's see. Devin has points, but I don't have any place that's safe to put them. Turner has points, but he's so perfectly balanced right now. I wish you got more than 1 point. Hello, Ezra. It's been a few days. How have you been doing? That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. Yeah, let's see here. Oh. See, I don't actually have a problem. Sure, let's go for the puffs. Having more puffs around and getting free slime for it is because of the wild critters is good. Oh, that sounds delicious. I hope it has lots of melted cheese in it. That's my favorite part of a quesadilla. Okay. They still haven't gotten to building that corner. That's hilarious. But yes, we are in the midst of our construction project for power generation. We have a whole setup here that is going to be glorious once it's finished, but is still in progress. Oh, cheddar cheese. Good choice. Excellent choice. One of my favorite cheeses. Our farm is chugging along. We've got 2 rows of mealworms and 1 row that is It's basically going to be mushrooms, but until I get more spores, this one mealwood can continue. And we have started a ranch. It's a very small ranch right now because I've only found 2 wild hatches. But we have 2 babies, so that's awesome. Look at our adorable babies. This one is stuck in the doorway, however, so that's a bit of a problem. Babies are not wrangleable, so I hope that it grows up and then I can catch it and get it out from being stuck in the door. I'm not sure what happens when a baby is stuck like that. But the hatch are great because they eat rock and then they poop out coal. So then we have the coal generator here that we can stuff the coal into, and then we can make power out of the bugs. And it will be great. So mainly right now I'm just keeping an eye on everything. We're not running a research because I want the extra hands, because it is a mess around here. There is so much stuff that needs to be picked up everywhere. Speaking of which, as we got this section emptied out of water just today in this session, and so we're finally getting to building our power bank. And once this is built and running, I can take out these batteries that are just sort of sitting around everywhere. And I'm going to take away, I think, this particular hamster wheel, just so I can use the space for something else. I'm currently thinking that I'm going to build a sort of a sick bay in this area, so that if my duplicants get sick or injured, they'll actually have a place to go to recover. This here is part of the setup for the power generation. This is a carbon skimmer which will take away the carbon dioxide that the coal generator will produce, but it needs water to do that. So I'm just going to be cycling the water through for that. So there's a lot of construction going on, basically. Oh, and I forgot to clear that. Yes, we can make glass now. So that's awesome. So things are chugging along nicely. Well, except that the food is terrible, but that's an ongoing problem. Let's see. This one was the ingredients one. Okay, so wow, I have a lot more food than I thought I did. Basically it is a Terra planet. It's the first style of asteroid, which is a sort of a balanced sort of place. You're supposed to be able to find most of the materials, but your starter area is more comfortable. Except for not having a lot of dirt around, I'm really not unhappy with this at all, as all this metal is making constructing whatever I want really easy. And the current plan is to use this area as kind of an access corridor, and I can get over to this clean water coming from the steam vent, which is misnamed as a cool steam vent, I'll tell you, because this thing is hot. It's just throwing out so much heat, so I can't actually build in this direction very far because there's a lot of heat pouring off of this thing. Oh yeah, this, you don't get much hand-holding out of this game. There's the tutorials are not very detailed, so there are several wikis online on out there that can be quite handy. And there are also YouTube videos that will show you how to do things and everything. Like, when I first started out, I could not figure out how to connect pipes and things. Because, I'll just, so we can see the water systems. Like, machines, particularly ones like this water sieve here, which turns dirty water into clean water. I connected it the wrong way around initially. I thought, you know, you connect the green to the green. That it makes sense, but actually what you do is you always connect the green to white. It's always a connection of green to white. And if you connect it the other way around, nothing works. So I was just like, my pipes are blocked. Why are my pipes blocked? Why will this pipe not work? So that was a major thing. Like, they do not tell you when it starts out. So, like, with the carbon skimmer here, where you're supposed to put clean water in and have dirty water come out, it's very important to connect the correct ends together. And it doesn't actually say on the machine that it requires clean water. So the first time I built one, I actually built it with dirty water going into it, and it broke the machine. My little duplicants were constantly going to repair the machine because it was breaking, because I was trying to run the wrong kind of water through it. And there's all sorts of little things like that that the game just doesn't really tell you about that it should. So looking up tutorials or watching people play on Twitch who have been playing for a while and know what they're doing can be really helpful. And especially for beginning game, I know what I'm doing. I don't know as much of the late stuff as I'd like to, because I haven't experimented too much yet, sadly. But when it comes down to it, for starting out, I can give advice, at least. But yeah, the most important things when you start out is to establish your oxygen and establish your water. The game is called Oxygen Not Included because it really wants you to be thinking about your air and the quality of your air, but water is super important. And the problem is that there aren't a lot of ways to generate water. Like this machine here, the algae distiller, actually produces water. It takes in slime and it tosses out algae and polluted water without you having to put water into it, which is great, although you do need to have slime to keep putting into it. If you find a natural gas vent, which I really hope to, the natural gas power generator actually throws out dirty water as well. And dirty water, once you have the water sieves researched, dirty water can be just as useful as clean water. Because even though the water sieve does not clean out all of the germs, unfortunately, it's still perfectly good water for, say, running through toilets. Or it's clean enough to run through carbon skimmers so that all of your rooms don't end up looking like this one here, which is pretty much solid carbon dioxide at this point, because that is what's happening there. As I try to As I try to recover this liquid that I lost while I was building my water tank without actually breaking into all of the terrible air going on over here or the polluted air and water going on here. Oh no, I'm sorry to give you those flashbacks. But yeah, when I was building my water tank, I accidentally lost a bunch of water out the side while I was building the walls, and I've been trying to spread it out enough to mop it up ever since. And all of my storage boxes are full again. Oh no. Even my coal box is full. Oh dear. Okay. We'll pause. We'll build another coal box here. We'll build another storage bin here. But yeah, because I'm having them, I want them to build this, so I have slowed down on turning all of my tiles into insulated tiles. Because, as usual, when I hit the temperature overlay, we have this zone over here, which is just way too hot, which is hilarious because right down here we have ice. And the duplicants don't like being cold just as much as they don't like being hot. It's quite silly. And we have another hotspot area over this way, which I'm not sure what's causing that yet, but I really don't want it making my water too hot, because what's going to happen when I start getting the water from here, it's going to be hot water, which is going to start heating this area, which means that before I do that, it's going to be important to insulate this area. And we have another hot spot over here, which I'm not sure what's causing that yet because I haven't really gone in that direction. But I have quite a few hot areas just surrounding me, and I don't want to get all that up in my base because it can be quite difficult to cool down a base once it is heated up, is the problem, which is why I'm kind of sad about having all these batteries around. Oh, and look at that, the coal generator is running. Okay, let's see here. Consumable ore. We want to put coal in that box. And the coal generator is running, but it is doing nothing because it's not connected. Oh no. Okay. We really don't want to be wasting that coal. So let's hit some priorities here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Although that's a bit of a mess because how are they supposed to reach that? Okay. Priority 7 on that as well. There we go. I may nudge that up even more, but 7 should be enough that they'll get right on it when they get up. Yes, the duplicants have an electric grill, which is used for making somewhat better food than the microbe musher. Currently, it's mainly being used to make pickled meal out of the mealworms that we get from the mealwood. Okay, it is daylight and they are building. They are building as fast as possible. Go, 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 guys, go. Andale, andale. But yeah, that's another task that's on my mental list, is building a proper kitchen slash mess hall. Oh, and more dupes are available. Let's see if we have any. Devin is still not in a place to be learning anything. Nope, neither is Steve. And neither is Turner. Okay, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. This... I can't really support another person right now, but neither do I really... do I want a wart seed? I might as well take a wart seed. This can grow a plant that will actually make things cooler around it. But I don't know the growing conditions for it. So, oh, this... Messy, messy, messy. Oh, it's so messy. But yes, we're getting things constructed. We will hopefully not waste too much coal here. But yes, the dupes have a grill and they have 2 refrigerators. This one is for holding ingredients and this one is holding completed food, which makes me very happy seeing how full that refrigerator is. Okay, excellent. Alright, we've got the wire inside the room built here. Okay, we've got enough of the ladder built. Alright, things are coming together. We're not going to waste the power. We're not. They're going to get those batteries together and they'll actually be storing the power instead of it just being produced and going nowhere. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right. Okay, it's actually pretty good that they got that transformer built before the batteries. Because if they just get this wire across, then at least there is power running into the base, even if it's not being stored in the batteries like I would like it to be. Thankfully we've got lots of coal. My goodness, look at all that coal. That's good. I mean, I don't want to waste even a speck of the coal, but the fact that we have the option of the surplus is good. Oh, I didn't even notice I'd set priority on that. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on. Go, go, go. They're so busy building that they aren't refilling the generator. Oh boy. Ah, well. When it comes down to it, I would rather see the batteries built before the coal generators refilled anyway. Insufficient oxygen generation. Of course. man, is it end of day already? Sometimes I hate running on fast forward because it's just the day passes so fast. Have they emptied this box? Nearly. There's like one thing left in it. Forget this box. Deconstruct this box, and then I can put a door on here and actually turn this into a proper mess hall. Okay. This is a lot more coal than I thought I had. That's quite impressive. Oh, look at that. 3 hatch and 2 eggs? That is awesome. There we go. Well, at least we have 1 battery. So if and when they refill that coal generator, so one thing I'm going to do is just finish this room, guys. And this wall. You know, once you finish with the batteries. That's the nice thing about using the different numbers. You really know what order your dupes are going to get to things. Like right now, these batteries and the floor that they're sitting on is priority 1. And then they'll finish this wall and a little corner that I put over here. And then they'll get to the rest of the construction project going on here. Okay, we have some batteries, we have the coal generator. I should probably, let's see, who has talent in operation? Steve does. I'm not 100% certain what, I believe it is operation for filling machines like this, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, until then, running on the hamster wheels counts as operation, so we shall keep the place in power. They really do not like the food. So yeah, once they get this all together, it should be enough water to keep the carbon skimmer operating. I worry that because it's trapped in there, that baby hatch is... Oh, wait, no, there we go. There we go. That took so long to become an adult. Okay. Wrangle that hatch so that it's no longer stuck in the doorway. Oh no, Turner's sick. What has Turner got? Slime lung. Okay, that's, yeah. I haven't had slime lung kill a duplicant yet, but it has slowed him down. Soon this hatch will be mine. Oh my goodness, both boxes are full of coal now. I have so much more coal than I thought I did. Storage continues to be an issue as well. I'm going to have to figure out where to build some more storage. But yeah, there's no place for the carbon dioxide to escape from this room. So the lower level is really getting full of the stuff, so why not grow mushrooms, is what I thought. Little monsters running around. Well, some of them are better than others. Like these critters running around in here, this is actually my ranch. These are creatures that I am keeping as pets, and they make coal for me. So my coal generator is not going to run out of coal anytime soon, thanks to these little guys. This guy is a morb, and they are useless. They are actually bad, because as you can see here, it says morbs are attracted to unhygienic conditions and frequently excrete bursts of polluted oxygen. So we want this guy gone. We're actually going to attack this little guy and murder him and make sure that he does not come back. And these things, the puffs, they fly around wild. I consider them a positive because they poop slime. And I can convert slime into oxygen, I can convert slime into algae, which equals oxygen. And also it produces polluted water, which I can use for a variety of different purposes. So I don't mind seeing wild puffs flying around anywhere at all. These things, as long as they aren't in the bedrooms, I'm pretty neutral on these. All they do is they produce light. That's a problem if they're inside the bedroom, because that actually wakes up the duplicants when they're trying to sleep, which, problem. But if they're just, floating around in the wild doing their thing, or if they're elsewhere in the base than in the bedrooms, then I have no problem with them at all. Let's see here. I know there was some around here somewhere. These things, once again, fairly neutral. They really only like to live in chlorine, so I'm not dealing with chlorine, so I'm not dealing with their environment at all. I don't care what they do or who they're doing it with or anything like that. Nothing really. These things, they're paku. Wild ones are good because that's a source of meat. You can kill them and you can get a fish fillet, and that's a lot of calories. That you cook that up on the grill, and that satisfies like a duplicant for the entire day, and it's not considered a bad meal. So they're actually a little happier after they eat that particular meal. So I don't recommend keeping them as you can ranch paku, but I don't actually recommend it because they eat algae, and you really need all the algae that you can get to make oxygen with. And the paku they eat so much oxygen. They eat so much algae, and then there's none left for your oxygen diffusers. So, not great. This is just a different kind of hatch. I'm not wrangling it because, once again, these guys, they eat different food. Like the hatch that I am keeping as pets, they eat rock. And if there's one thing I have lots of, it's rock. So that's great. But the sage hatch, they eat like polluted dirt and slime. And I don't really want to like have one thing that eats a different thing, and then I would have to have two of these feeders, one for rock and one for say polluted dirt, or I'd have to have this one be half and half, which wouldn't make sense when I have so many of the rock eaters and I would have only one of the polluted dirt eater. So I'm just leaving that one to run around wild, and if it poops out some coal for me, that's great, I'll pick it up. But I'm currently doing really well on the coal supplies. But in any case, I think what I'm actually going to be doing right now, after that long lecture on the critters that are around my area, I still haven't made it to the secret. There's a secret here that I still haven't made it to because I've been trying to take care of the power situation and everything. And there's another one up here, which I also haven't made to because of the power situation and everything. But it is already 10:51, which is well past my scheduled stopping time, unfortunately. We did get a lot done, but we didn't get everything done. There's still quite a bit of construction left on this coal generation. And, oh, it's supplying that you want for filling the coal generator. So, who is a supplier? Devin is a supplier, and so is Steve. So we're actually going to bump up Steve's supplying and turn down his operating, even though he's an operator. But just to make sure he actually does these things. Later on, I'll turn off his supplying and turn his operating up, but that's after we get most of the research done. We're getting there. We're close to not having to prioritize research very much, but we're not quite there yet. But once again, that is next week's problem now. And storage is obviously going to be an issue. All of these red things are things that there isn't any room to store them because all the boxes are full and we haven't built a new one. And I forgot that I put a battery there. Oh dear. Why do I have so many batteries scattered everywhere? What was I thinking? Okay. I will have to fix that, but that will be next week's problem. Oh, it's all next week's problem. Okay, we will save. There we go. And that takes care of this evening's Attempt Not to Die, which is continuing along well. Nobody has died yet. I fully expect someone will at some point, but no one has died yet, and that is awesome because this is Try Not to Die Thursday. Okay. And what is happening here? My OBS has frozen. There we go. Okay. I will be back again on Sunday night playing Disco Elysium, where I play a terrible person who might maybe possibly be a halfway decent detective as we explore around, and I've finally made it to day 2 in that, so we will see what Tuesday has to offer in that game at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And after that, I will be back again on Wednesday for Among Us with my writer friends, starting somewhere after 7 p.m. once we manage to wrangle everybody together. Alright. And then next Thursday, I will be back again at 7:30 to continue trying not to die in Oxygen Not Included in our base that may actually become livable sometime in the future. So, I hope that Ezra and anyone else who is watching have a great night and that you have an awesome weekend. And I hope that I will see you again soon. Good night.